Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. It's a Tuesday, so it's Steelers news, of course. Steelers news today. I also have some other videos coming today as well. The NBA play-in starts today, so I'll be doing reviews on those games. Lakers versus Pelicans and Kings versus Warriors. And tomorrow, my Heat play versus the 76ers. And then we also see the Bulls and the Hawks. So I'm going to be doing reviews on those games and other playing games as well as we get ready for the playoffs this weekend. But today's video, we're talking about Steelers, the Steelers news. Brandon Aiyuk is the main topic, been going around. Are the Steelers trading for Brandon Aiyuk? Now, the Brandon Aiyuk thing, it started a few weeks ago. Remember Brandon Aiyuk? I remember I made a video, I made a video before that even happened. I remember I saw the rumors kind of going around a little bit, and then I seen kind of like circulating around. I was looking at different guys, looking at T. Higgins. I don't think the Bengals would trade T. Higgins within their division. So I was looking at different receivers. I was like, Brandon Aiyuk wouldn't be a bad get because they still haven't extended him yet. They still haven't paid him yet. And then I remember I made a video, and I remember a few days later, I seen a report. It said that Brandon Aiyuk liked the picture that said him and Tomlin look alike. That picture been circulating a while, since last year. It said him and Tomlin look alike. He said, Coach, tell me what you think. And like that little picture and an image thing, and it kind of sparked a lot of rumors and sparked a lot of things. I remember he deleted them, took it down, and then the rumors kind of went up, and his agent shut down the rumors and said, no, Brandon not looking for a trade or any of that. But they kind of got to do that for like damage control a little bit. Now, I don't think Brandon Aiyuk will be getting traded to the Steelers. I think the Steelers probably have a better chance of going through the draft. Like, you look at the guys like Malachi Corley, Ricky Paracel, Luke McCaffrey, Brandon Rice, all different guys, Jalen Polk, different guys throughout the draft who I feel like could be very good too. You ain't got to go out there and try to like trade and then pay a receiver big time money. You also got to pay George Pickens as well because this is his third year, I think. So he entered his last year in his deal the following season. So after this season ends, I think 2025, George Pickens is going to be on his last year. So I feel like you got to go out there and extend him as well. So we're going to see what the Steelers do. I think Brandon Aiyuk is a good player, amazing player. He destroyed us when he played us. So 2 touchdowns, Mawson, Patrick Peterson just dominating us. But I don't know the Steelers will do that move, make that move. But you never know what Mr. Khan will do. Omar Khan is going crazy. He's been making a lot of different trades, a lot of different things. We've seen the one with trade Denzel Johnson away. I think Denzel Johnson was going to get traded away. I didn't think we was going to get Patrick Queen. I had a feeling. I was kind of like speculating. I was hoping we got those guys. But we actually went out there and got Patrick Queen. I was like, okay, we got a Deshaun Elliott at safety, and then we went out there and got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. So I was like, okay, we actually making moves. So I wouldn't be surprised if we pulled this off, but I don't think the Steelers are looking to do that. But some of the reports are just showing that the Steelers are favored. As you look at the odds show that we're really favored. They have us first at the top and stuff as well, being favored for Brandon Aiyuk. And I don't know how we got. I guess we got favored because of the tweet that he put out there, maybe. And plus our need for another receiver on the other side of George Pickens. But I don't know if the Steelers will be willing to do that because it's gonna cost a big amount. I'm saying like around maybe like a second round pick, probably a second, and maybe something later down the line. I wouldn't say a first round pick because you probably have to pay him. He's on his 5th year option, so you probably have to pay him. So it'd be like, okay, I don't want to send a first round pick and then I got to pay him big money. So maybe a second round pick, maybe something later, a second round, the 7th round or something. But we'll see what happens. We got a lot of game. I think we got a lot of days left until the draft. The draft is on the 25th, so next Thursday. So we got a lot of days left, a lot of games to play as well. He's saying games like it's some games coming up, but it's gonna be some games coming up in a little bit. The preseason games in August. It's not really that far away, really. You look at it. April's almost finished. You got May, you got June, July, and the August for preseason starts. So we got training camp, we got draft, we got training camp, and we got preseason. So it's coming pretty fast. So like usually I feel like the football season take a long time to get here, but I feel like it's speeding up really fast. College football about to start too in a little bit. So we're gonna see some great football things getting back into play. But another topic I want to talk about too is, of course, the Steelers drafting. Now, who will the Steelers draft first? I know we've seen a lot of news going around, people saying the Steelers should draft this person, should draft that person. And I want to know who the Steelers should draft. I think the Steelers probably should look around and maybe take the best player available at the position they need. And what I mean by that is like, say for instance that, of course, you have like you're a team that has you need like a tight end. I don't know, tight end, running back, and a linebacker. Now, linebacker is last on your list because you have some solid depth. But if the linebacker is the best player on that board over the tight end and the running back, take the linebacker. So I want the Steelers to do that. So I know people want Jackson Power Johnson to come here, but like on my list, I feel like there's a lot of players that's better than Jackson Power Johnson. If Cooper DeJean was to fall down, I don't think he's gonna fall that far. If he was to fall down to 20. We gotta take him. You can't take a guy like that. That's a game-changing type of player, a playmaker type of player. Nate Wiggins, same thing. Brian Thomas Jr. could be a guy too. The Steelers want to go for receiver first round. Amarius Mims, right tackle. I mean, a tackle too in the league. J.C. Latham, another tackle as well from Alabama, and then Graham Barton. I think all those players. He's a center too. I think all those players are better than Jackson Powers-Johnson. And Jackson Powers-Johnson, I have on my list too at last right there. But I feel like these guys are better in their position than what he is. I think he's like the second best center in his position. Because you can kind of argue, because like Graham Barton, you can probably, some people put him a little bit ahead of him, some people put Jackson Powers-Johnson ahead of him, so it's kind of like a balance between the two. So we'll see what happens. But if one of those guys was to fall down and they're higher in their position than the person you're looking to get, take that guy, take the best player available. It always work out that way. We've seen it throughout history. People take the best player available. Why did they draft that guy for? They needed this guy. It's a deep draft class. I feel like they might go either corner or probably tackle. And now center was a thing at first when we seen all the rumors spark up, but I think now it's going to be either corner or tackle. I'm thinking probably most likely tackle, because I think these cornerbacks and Cooper DeJean and Nate Wiggins will be gone already before then. So I think it'll either be Amarius Mims or J.C. Latham. If he fall down around that range, be one of those guys. If not, if those guys are gone too, then you go Jackson Powers-Johnson or Graham Barton. So we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. And moving on to the last topic today, which is something that just happened around out the blue. You know, I remember seeing stuff on it. I was watching Nightcap. I don't know if you guys watch Nightcap or not, with Shannon Sharp, you know, Uncle Ocho. And I think they was talking about Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson mentioned something about being a quarterback that paved the way for black quarterbacks or something he was saying. And Shannon Sharp was like, he thought, like, you know, when you first hear, you probably think that Russell Wilson talking about like being somebody who could continue in the legacy. Well, okay. But he's talking about like being the one who paid it and changed it. I'm like, nah, Russ. Doug Williams is the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl and to win Super Bowl MVP. Russell Wilson didn't win Super Bowl MVP. He was I think Malcolm Smith won it from the Seahawks, like that. And the defense did a lot of the work. Now, I'm not saying Russell Wilson don't get any credit. Of course, he did a good job, but it was most of the defense. So Russell Wilson, I don't know if he wasn't trying to discredit any of the people in the past, I don't think, but it's just the way he said it. I was like, it's a lot of quarterbacks who changed the way for black quarterbacks. You know, you look at like I mentioned, Doug Williams. You look at Warren Moon, who had a powerful arm. Like that, he wasn't mobile either. Warren Moon was just a pocket passer. You know, powerful arm, very strong arm. You look at all these different guys. Of course, Randall Cunningham being very mobile quarterback. You look at some quarterbacks who had some players who came in the league who was quarterbacks had to change their position over because they thought that black quarterbacks couldn't process the information very good, and so they was like, oh, then you can't be a quarterback in this league and stuff. But they showing and they broke a lot of barriers and say, hey, I can do this. And you look at all the great black quarterbacks, especially nowadays too, you see a lot of the different quarterbacks starting, and it's not about race. They're like, because you look this way, you can't play this position. Like I seen somebody say that too about Cooper DeJean, who I want the Steelers to draft as well. A very good cornerback, very good safety as well. Slot corner, he played all different positions. I see somebody say, how can he be a good cornerback? He's white. I'm like, skin color shouldn't matter about your play. You can ball, you can ball. I know people keep taking mentioning Jason Sehorn, say he's the only quarterback that was white that was successful. I'm like, that's not really. Of course, he might be the only one you can think of, right, top of the dome right there, right, in that position, because people have that stereotype around the position, thinking they're not athletic enough. But Cooper DeJean's going to break some barriers, you know, just like we've seen like the Warren Moons, we've seen the Randall Cunninghams, the Michael Vicks, the Cam Newtons, of course, Patrick Mahomes nowadays, the Jalen Hurts, the Lamar Jacksons, all these different guys break some barriers for quarterbacks. So we're going to see the same thing with Cooper DeJean, too. I think he's an amazing player, and people got to stop looking at it like in that type of rim. Just look at a player can play. I don't care if they white, black, brown, orange, pink, purple. If they can go out there and ball, they can ball like that. So I think there's a lot of players who can ball, like Cooper DeJean in this draft class, who's going to show people that, hey, I'm going to go out there and play, play my best football. I think if the Steelers do get an opportunity to draft him, you got to take him. You got to take him because he's an amazing player. And he's like I mentioned before, a Tyrann Mathieu type of guy. He's a guy who can play in any position. And it might seem like, of course, we know the O-line want to get fixed. We want to see the center. But we have other guys, like I think Mark said it best in SteelerNation Australia. You know, Herbig plays interior. He can play center. He can play center a little bit. He can play center. What if you go in that approach and then making him the center like that? You just need somebody solid. You don't need nobody super game changing. Make sure you go out there and get the edge guy. So like a guy like on the edge, fix the edge spot and on the right tackle position, then get a center that's solid like that. That might could work like that. Because most of our concerns and most of our problems was in, I wouldn't say the O-line fully. Of course, the O-line has improved a lot. But most of our problems, the reason we lost last year was the quarterback play. That was the main thing, quarterback play. It was the O-line missing throws, the O-line overthrowing people or underthrowing people. It was the O-line doing this and that, turning the ball over like Mr. Trubisky, or underthrowing people like Kenny Pickett, or just messing up all around, holding the ball too long, or spinning themselves into sacks. That was more of the quarterback play. So I think now with better quarterback play in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, I think we'll be able to go out there and be a more powerful offense. And we don't have to go out there and score 30 points. People keep trying to think we're going to go out there and just score 30 and score this. If the Steelers, looking last year, our offense averaged like 16, 17 points. If the Steelers would have went out there and scored at least like 19, 20 points, they would have won like 12, 13 games. There's a lot of games that came down to us not being able to get the ball in the end zone. We're the game against the Browns when we played them. I think the score was like we lost 10-13. The defense played so great and kept the Browns held under. And Kenny Pickett cannot complete a throw. He had like 70 passing yards in that game. So I think the Steelers can go out there and just get 23 points a game. With this defense we have, and even when they was injured last year, they played well. But when they're fully healthy and we have more depth now, I think we can go out there and win 12 games with the defense playing like that. And we're going out there and scoring at least 23 points. Hopefully we can score a little more, but we can at least get 23 on the board tonight. I think we can go out there and be a successful team. So we're going to see what happens, but these are the types I have for today. About the Brandon Aiyuk trade situation, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Brandon Aiyuk is going to stay with the 49ers, but if it was to happen, then hey, Mr. Khan pulled off some crazy things before. This would be, if he pulled that trade off right there, this would be one of the craziest off seasons ever. It's already one of the craziest ones ever since all the people we added. And the draft is not even here yet. So I think the Steelers should be up there. I know the Steelers, Texans, there's a lot of teams up there and winning the draft, winning so far in the off season. So we're going to see what this leads to. But yeah, I think Brandon Aiyuk probably stay with the 49ers. And of course, I think the Steelers should draft the best player available at the position. No matter what the position they need like that, draft the best player available at a needed position. So hey, whether like you see a center on the board, or you see a cornerback who is better in his position than the center is in his position, take the cornerback. So I thought the Steelers should do that and just keep bolstering that team up and stuff, and just not try to get stuck or try to reach for a guy in the first round. Just go out there and take the best guy available. And then we got second round picks, we got 2 third round picks, we got a fourth as well. So we have fourth. No, we ain't got a fourth anymore. I don't think. But we got first round pick, got 2 seconds and stuff. So go out there and just make some things happen. So this is all I got for the video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you probably, of course, later today for the play-in games. I'll be reviewing those. And also, I'll probably see you on another story video that's going to be coming up, too. That's going to be a solid video, too, as well. Doing some pre-draft things and stuff, talking about some of the players in the draft as well. And just some cool things. So just look out for that. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.